welcome to the show. This is Erica, and I have an amazing guest for you today. So first of all, I just want to drop names. She was on Good Morning America regularly. She hangs out with Steve Harvey, and today she's on the Erica Glessing Show. So how does it get any better? I'm so excited. We're going to talk about sex a little bit, maybe, and dating during this pandemic. So welcome, Bela Gandhi.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Oh my gosh, Bella, what a whirlwind. Since we started working together, it's like the whole world has gone on its axis, right?
Oh, completely. Completely.
Yeah, it's wild. Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
So
I'm excited to be here.
tell us a little bit about dating. Like, how did you even get into it? I know you were kind of like you would just sort of match people, or remind me a little bit about how you got into this whole career.
Yeah, I just started having matchmaking instincts for who should be together with whom. And I matched my college roommate with a guy that I had met. And I swore to them if they ever went out on one date, they would get married. So 5 years later, they got engaged. And then I did it for more people, including myself. And I have a great husband. And this was just a sidebar gig, but I could never stop thinking about it. So when I sold the company that I had with my family, I knew, and everybody around me told me, you have to help people find love. And so in 2009, I started my company, Smart Dating Academy. We don't matchmake, right? I think of matchmaking, if you think about the old adage, give a man to fish and he eats for a meal. Teach a man to fish and he eats for a lifetime. Matchmaking is more giving people fish, which is fine, but we're teaching people how to fish. So you know how to do this ad infinitum. Not that I want you to date forever, but have the right skills to pick the right people and to be a good partner.
You know, I think so. I was married, for a really long time, like 20 years-ish. And I remember when it ended, and it was about 10 years ago. And I remember coming out into this world, so going into it where I'd never actually really dated, and I'd never online dated for sure. And I barely texted, because in the 90s, that just wasn't what you did when I met my husband. And then I got single, and there was like a science of texting.
For sure.
It was like, how do you orient yourself? So maybe, I know we're not going to be able to have time to do every single thing you teach, but what's just some first tips people can have if they are kind of looking for love, or they want to find that real thing,
Don't text too much. Don't text too much. Text a little bit, but then hop on a call to really see if this person is who you think they are. And then in today's COVID world, what's so beautiful is the dating world has slowed down, because you can't jump into bed with someone and make out with someone right away, because you don't know where their mouth or any part of them has been, right?
Oh my gosh.
What people
by COVID.
Exactly. And so now get on a video date, do a Zoom, do a FaceTime. All the apps have video built into them now over the last 8 weeks. So do a video chat. Video chats are a 9.9 out of 10 at seeing if you're going to have chemistry with someone and you like them.
Interesting. I've never actually video chatted a date. That is really a good idea. I like it.
Amazing.
Yeah. So what about if you've been sort of scarred, like you've gone through hell, or you haven't, how do you get confidence back? Like, how do you gain that sense of this is possible when you sort of you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I think, confidence comes from doing. It doesn't come from reading about or thinking about. It comes from actually doing the thing. If you're afraid of public speaking, the only way to get over that fear is to prepare a speech and give it once, give it twice, give it 10 times, give it 20 times. And that's how you start to build confidence. And dating is very much the same way. You want to do the pre-work and work on yourself, right? And know what you're looking for this time around, so that you don't end up with the same dude, different face year over year. right? Here's another narcissist. Here's another emotionally avoidant person. No, you have to do the work and have somebody help you with an intervention to make sure that you are picking what we call high GHQ guys, high and good husband qualities. And
Oh,
then
but
it's getting
slow down. You rolled right over that one like you were driving 55 miles an hour. Let's drop down to 10. Use the acronym one more time, Bella, for those of us who are a little bit slower.
high and good husband qualities. That's GHQ.
Okay.
And that is
GHQ.
our process, our trademark of helping women that are looking for men find out what are the qualities that are going to make them happy versus I want him to be tall, I want him to be funny, I want him to be well-traveled, yada, 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 I want him to be spiritual. Okay, that's great. But if you've done that before and it hasn't worked out for you, it's time to take a step back and say, maybe I'm not picking for what I actually need.
Nice. Yeah, so tell us a little bit, give us some juicy Bella stories. How did you know your husband was the one? And you guys have kids in their teens, right? Or almost?
We do. We have a 12-year-old and a 16-year-old. So
Nice.
yeah, we've been married for 23 years. And I think I knew enough about what dating people that weren't good for me was like. You know, I was a pro at that in college. And what I realized is there were some consistencies. You know, I thought that having butterflies was a really good thing when I was dating in your stomach. And I started to look at the data. Every guy that gave me butterflies ended up in a disastrous relationship with. I was like, okay, so butterflies are bad. Got it, right? Somebody that sweeps you off your feet too soon usually ends up on your back bad. So I started to, and I really think these things are very true even today in the dating world.
Yeah, that's amazing. And then let's just walk a little bit now. So now Bella has chosen not matchmaking, but the dating academy, teaching people how to date, how to find a good husband. How nice. So how did this kind of evolve into a business? Tell us a little bit about that now, like how we led this into actually helping people like in a, but also running your own business from it.
Yeah, I started in 2009 and I thought I wanted to be a matchmaker. And so, you know, everybody after Millionaire Matchmaker would love to outsource their dating life. Most people hate the apps and hate the sites and just, you know, are fed up with dating. And what I realized is matchmaking was the whole giving people a fish versus helping them how to fish. And so within 6 months, I quickly saw that I was enabling people to do the same stuff over and over again by giving them people that they would come in. I want them to be this. I want them to be that. Blah, 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 blah. And the dates would continue to go sideways. The relationships wouldn't work out. And that's when I started to devise my own methodology, taken from how I found my own husband, taken from how I helped all of my friends. And that's when things started to turn around. And then I started to systematize that. And that's how we rebranded as Smart Dating Academy. So we teach people how to identify partners that make you happy and then date slowly to make sure that these people are good for you.
So take us a little bit into how did you land Good Morning America and Steve Harvey and all this like massive, I remember I think right around New Year's you had like 4 shows or something, right? It was like insane.
Yeah, it's a pretty weird, you know, I wish there was a sexier story, or maybe it is a sexy story, not sexy. You know, I started out with the local news channel and I was terrified of public speaking, and the thought of television made me want to vomit. And so I practiced and, you know, I was asked to do TV as TV does. It's not way scheduled in advance. They ask you like 5 minutes before.
They're like, we lost our person. Can you come in? You got 10 minutes and you have to be perfect.
Totally.
Yeah.
And that's literally what happened. In my first segment, I guess went okay because they asked me to come back. And then they asked me to come back again and again, and then a local newspaper. found out about what I was doing. And they're like, hey, can we interview you? That turned into a radio interview. And so a year later, you know, the Steve Harvey show started filming in Chicago, and they did a national search for someone that could be a good sidekick for Steve to talk about dating, because that's his thing. And I didn't have to interview for it. I got called Labor Day, September 2012, and they said, we'd like you to come in and do an online dating makeover. And we're filming at NBC. I thought, okay, is this like a screen test? They're like, no, come in, this will air. And I thought, oh, well, that's interesting. Who knows? And then that turned into a second segment and a third segment, and then seven
Right.
seasons. So.
You know, when I just got goosebumps because I was a news reporter, and people didn't understand that the way that you did it is you started in a small weekly, and then you went to a 5-day daily, right? And then you went to a big metropolitan newspaper, and you just did it. Like, you just kept doing it. And it's the same thing you're just telling me. It's just not as crazy as people think. It's really getting in there and doing the work, you know, showing up, being present, right?
That's right. You know what? You do your reps, right? It's just like working out. If you want to build your triceps, you got to do the reps every day. If you want to get good at media, you do your reps, and you do a lot of things, and you don't just spring yourself onto Good Morning America, right? I mean, that was a lot of reps ultimately. And then someone somewhere sees you, and media is a revolving door, just like any industry. Someone's at ABC, then, you know, 2 months later they go to CBS, and suddenly you get a call to go to CBS because you did a good job on ABC. And that's how these things continue to develop. So just always be nice to everybody you meet. You never know.
You never
know.
ever know. I know.
Yeah.
I used to go on the local show here in Silicon Valley, and she would invite me on, and then she would invite me on, and then I became her, like, Friday afternoon someone canceled person. And so she's like, and this is again also like 2012, 2013. And she had me on her cell, and she was just like, Erica, I got a cancellation. What, do you have a book? Can you come talk? What can you talk about?
Totally. Absolutely. And you know
So
what?
much
I'm
fun.
sure you went and you did a really good job every single time, and you made the producer look good.
Well, I think I really, I feel like you said it's like practice. And there's also that joy of helping more people with less energy. Like, one of the things I like about media, one of the things I love about podcasting, like, is how many people download your show and streaming listen to your show. Like, you're helping people. It's such a high for me to just step up there and help people. So maybe just share with us, like, how we can reach you. And, you know, I think you have something we can download, or do you have some kind of gift or class we could go get nourished by? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so a couple of things. You can look at our company, look at all the programs we have at smartdatingacademy.com. And right when you go to the website, you'll be presented with the free gift, which is something everybody needs. It's this awesome infographic, and it's called The 7 Clues That You Might Be in a Relationship with a Narcissist.
Ooh.
And so you can put it in your phone, print that sucker out, put it on your refrigerator, and have those tips in front of you. And not only do people find it useful for dating, but even for other people in their lives, right? We can't pick our family. We can't pick our neighbors. So it's an interesting thing that you can grab for free on our site. And we have something coming up on September 12th, which is a 3-hour workshop called the Online Dating Love Lab. And it will transform your freaking online life. It is awesome. You'll get 2 brand new profiles for Match and for Bumble. We hand curate your best photos. You learn how to beat the algorithms. It's amazing. It's all called the Love Lab, and it's on our website too.
Wow, that is so cool. Everyone, if you missed in the beginning, this is Bela Gandhi. She is inspirational. Head over to her website and learn more. She's also really fun on Instagram, right, Bella? I mean, you really like the socials, so.
I like helping people. We do free Instagram lives every Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Time. So just adjust that for wherever you are. And we do live Q&A. I always post question stickers and answer every question that comes into us. And we talk about a topic. And we've got a great, loyal Insta fam following. So it's fun every Thursday evening.
Awesome. Thanks so much for coming.
Thanks for having me.